Hi guys, Hateful Raph here, bringing you my first and probably only YouTube video. I'm not a YouTuber and I don't have a YouTube channel, so please bear with me as I don't have much experience with this sort of thing. The reason I felt compelled to make this video was because I haven't seen any videos mentioning this newly discovered comet within the Revelation 12 signs in the stars and the constellations. I discovered this about the beginning of this year, and I've been feuding with myself as to if I was going to share this or not, since I've never uploaded a video, but finally I gave in, and well, here it is. So let's get to it. Now I'm assuming most of you have watched videos and are aware of the Revelation 12 signs and the alignments with the stars within the constellations of Leo and Virgo. For those of you who haven't, I'm not going all over that. There are tons of videos on YouTube that explain everything, so check those out first, because this is an addition to all that. Okay, so in this video I'm going to be talking about a specific comet and its visual significance within Revelation 12 alignments. The comet I'm talking about is this one right here. This is the Borisov comet. Now, it's not the one of 2014, but rather the one discovered this year at the beginning of March. It was discovered by this person right here, whose name I'm not going to try and pronounce. And basically, this is the designation right here of this comet. You can pretty much put this in anywhere, like Stellarium or any astronomy software. Probably Stellarium, you're going to have to add it, because I had to do that. There are tutorials online how to do that. I'm not going to explain that, but basically it wasn't there originally. I had to put it in since it's a new discovery. And I'm going to show you that, basically. And here it is on the SkyLive website. There's plenty of information on it. If I go down here, you'll see it roughly within our solar system. There it is right there. If I zoom in, you can see Earth, and you can see roughly where it is. This is right now. That's where it is in our solar system. Now, this is a very rare occurrence. How rare? Well, the only time in history back and forth, as far as I've gone, is when this thing appears in our solar system. Now I'll show you this a little more in detail. So here it is right here within our solar system. Now this thing has basically entered our solar system in like 1998, 1999, if you count like Pluto as being our border, and it leaves our solar system in 2041, 2042, something like that. Now why am I showing you this? Because it enters our solar system within the timeline past and future of human existence only once. It happens only in our generation. We will be long gone before this thing ever comes back. I'll zoom out now to show you a better view of its incredibly vast elliptical orbit. Right here, and there it is. Basically there's Pluto's orbit, and look at this thing. So this is to give you an idea of how far this comet came from and will travel to. Now granted, it's a comet, and comets do come from far away. There's no surprise there. However, the closest this comet will ever come to Earth in all of human existence will be this year. It happens this year alone, in 2017. In any other time, it gets farther and farther away from us, and I'll show you this in Stellarium so you can see that. Okay, so here we are in Stellarium, and I'm going to zoom in. Now the timeline right here is in 2016, but I'll just show you what this looks like. I'm going to zoom in. Okay. And this is the comet that I'm talking about. You can see the designation here. I'll zoom in as far as I can zoom in. And there it is. I'll date this to 2013, let's say. I'll start there. And I'll move forward in time. And you'll notice as it gets closer to Earth, it's obviously getting brighter within stellarium. You can see that. 2016, 2017 at its brightest. You go to 2018, 2019, 2020, and it pretty much vanishes either way, back or forward. And I'm going backwards now again, same thing. Now, I've gone as far back within stellarium as I possibly could. I've gone as far forward within stellarium as far as it would permit. And this thing never ever gets as close to Earth as it does in 2017. Never. This is the only time it does this year. So why is this important? Well, you've all been blown away by the Revelation 12 alignments within the constellations, as you've seen in other videos, but now I'm going to add to your amazement. I'm going to show you this comet within the constellations, which will depict Virgo actually being inseminated and impregnated right before the 9 months of Jupiter's gestation within Virgin. Check this out. Here is the constellation Leo. Here is the comet I've been talking about. Now, I can say something about this right now, but I'm not going to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play this back twice. I'm going to show you this. This is, right now it's dated to mid-2016. That's where it was in mid-2016. Or near, yeah, mid-2016, July. I'm going to play this back twice. I'm just going to let you watch it the first time, and you make up your own mind about what it is. Then I'll play it back again, and I'll give you my 2 cents. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this forward within the timeline, day by day. So here I go. Clicking forward. We're in August 2016. Now I also want you to pay attention to Jupiter. Jupiter's right here. Or rather there. So I'm going to move this forward. No, there it is. I'm going to move this forward, September 2016, October. Now let me just center this for you. Here again is Jupiter, and there is that comet that I've been talking about. Now I'm going to center this just a little more, and I'll keep going until roughly mid-November of last year. Keep going. Now notice where the comet is going within Virgo. Okay? There's Jupiter, there's the comet, the legs of Virgo, the arm, the head. Moving forward, I'll get to roughly about mid-November, and look at this. This thing enters between Virgo's legs, and Jupiter immediately enters as well, right there. I mean, I'm baffled. It's crazy. What I'll do is I'll back this up, and I'll give you what I think is basically going on. I think I'll go mid, and then I'll move forward. Basically, this looks like to me, here we are in Leo again, backwards. Again, midway 2016. This thing looks to me like a sperm. That's what it looks like. It looks to me like Leo, the lion, basic royalty, is inseminating Virgo. That's what it looks like. I'm calling this the Conception Comet, because basically that's what's happening. Leo and Virgo are conceiving between 2016 midway and November, near the end of 2016. So look at this one more time. I think this is crazy. There it is. There's Jupiter. Moving forward again. Let me center that for you. There's Virgo. And here we go. Keep going. And basically there it is. These two are just like right, look at the relation to each other. The comet enters between her legs, and then Jupiter is in her womb. Jupiter's in her womb. That's insane. Now, anybody who believes this is random and not designed, this along with the alignments, basically if I go, further into the future where we're talking the signs that everyone knows about, and I enter and I go right into September, basically the 23rd of September, I mean, we got the alignment there, which all of you are aware of, but what I've just shown you prior to that, 9 months prior, was the Virgo's insemination. And then for 9 months, Jupiter's there and then shoots out. Virgo's being inseminated. That's what I'm showing you right now. This is the Conception comet, is basically what I'm calling it. Now I'm going to show you this in Stellarium. Okay? Here we go in Stellarium. This is where I showed you how I was zooming in and out of it. So I'll zoom back out and I'll show you this within the constellations. Here it is within the constellation Leo, and I'll just move forward to 2016, roughly July, midway, and I'll show you the basic movement here again, and I'll just sort of move this forward in time just a little bit, and you'll see as you get into November, I'll slow this down. And then you see once we get to like the 17th of November, something like that, this thing and Jupiter, look where Jupiter is, hits the line, this thing goes between, and you're like the 17th, and look at this. She's inseminated, and then Jupiter immediately enters her womb, and for the next 9 months it just retrogrades and then shoots out. I'm just basically showing you Leo, the lion royalty, basically inseminating Virgo just before the whole, September 23rd, 2017 stuff going on. Now this happens the end of near the end of last year. It goes into fruition. Now let me show you. I've been as far back with Stellarium and as far forward with Stellarium. This is a one-time rare occurrence where it shoots out of Leo and goes right through and then ends up in another constellation, and it only does this once within our view of this comet in all human existence, past or forward. I've tried this with Stellarium, and I'll show you this now. I'm going to go backwards in time. Okay, I'm just going to go backwards in time, and basically any time before what I just showed you, this thing just retrogrades away, further and further away from Earth. And this is all you see. You don't see it shoot out from one constellation to another. And I'm just going to do this way so you can see this thing's movement. And I've gone as far as I possibly could with Stellarium. As far forward and as far back. Now we're going backwards, and I'll go even faster backwards. And you'll just see this thing. This is all it does. You can check this out for yourself. I'm not going to run this video for too long showing you this, because you can do this yourself. Trust me, I've done this, and I've gone quite far back. This thing, that's all it does. It never shoots out like I just showed you. Okay? I'll go even faster in time, and look at this thing. This is it. This is what you're going to see this comet do. This is our view of this comet forever and ever prior to, the November occurrence. And this, I can go like crazy far back, and this is all it does. This is all it does. And I will show you this forward now. I'll stop this here. You can do this yourself. Now I'm entering like year 0. And again, this is all it's doing. And if I zoom into this, basically you'll never see it brighten up or get any closer to Earth. The only time it's at its brightest and closest to Earth is this year. And only this year, 2017. Now look, now we're entering like year 0 now, and it's still doing just that. That's all it's doing. So try this out for yourself. Again, you'll probably have to input this specific comet because it wasn't there when I downloaded Stellarium. I had to add it because it was a new discovery. Now we're in the BC. I'm going to stop this here, and I'll go forward now. I'll range this back to like 2013. And I'll get right back to the comet there. There we go. And I'm going to show you this fast forwarded. Now notice, remember what it did. It just kept going like this and there was no straight shot between one constellation and another. Now I'll show you this forward in time. Okay, here it is. I'll go a little bit faster. And I'll follow it. Once 2016 hits over here, look at this thing shoot out. Boom! Boom! And then back to retrograde motion forever and ever. I've gone as far forward, and I'll show you that. Moving fast forward, this is all this thing does. You can go as far forward as you want. This is all this thing does. This is an incredibly rare occurrence. Now, the fact that it's shooting out from Leo and going all the way to Orion is because it entered our solar system and then wound out and then left. And now it's gone, basically. I'm like, look at this. I can go as far forward as it's ridiculous. You can do this yourself. I'm not going to run it the whole time. I'm just trying to show you how rare this is. But it's crazy. Let me go back to like 2018, let's say. And I'll just center this back onto it, and then I'll go backwards in time again just to show you in a rewind motion. It basically, the whole time retrograding forward and back, and the only time it shoots out is this between the end of 2016 and the beginning of 2017. Folks, this is beyond just rare. This is not chance. If you believe this is chance, you are foolish. Look at this thing go. And then it does this, and then you're in a retrograde motion after that, forever and ever. Folks, this is the Conception Comet. That's what I'm calling it, because it's basically inseminating Virgo. It's inseminating Virgo. One last time, just because I love doing this. There it is within Leo, theskylive.com. Now, I want to say one last thing before I end this video. I discovered this really by accident, or I was nudged into finding this, because when you originally come on this website and you enter the planetarium view where you see these constellations, this is not here. You usually, when you enter here the first time, by default there's a box here that asks you to search for an object. And the only way to see this is actually to go to that box and search the object. But here's the thing. The first time I got on this website, this was already here. And every time subsequently after that I've gotten back on this website, I've had to enter this again and again. But the first time I got on this website, this was already here. And that's the only way that I fell upon this. It was a random chance, or whatever you want to call it. Maybe I was nudged into it. I don't know. But the fact is, I would never have discovered this had this not already been incorporated into the view. Or, I would never have thought of even looking for this. When I first saw this, I was like, what the hell is this comet? And look what this looks like. So, one last time, day by day, it's moving away from Leo. And by the time we reach, like, November, there's Virgo over here. Center that for you. Moving in. We reach roughly mid-November. And as soon as it enters, there's Jupiter right there for the next 9 months. Virgo, the Virgin, is pregnant for the next 9 months, and basically you know the rest. You know the alignment and all that. This is what I wanted to show you. I have not seen a single video out there explaining this or showing this at all. So that's my first video, probably my only one. I hope all of you are as astonished as I am. So, thanks a bunch.